So they go ahead and play the animation for the World Cup corner. Or what are we calling it? The FIFA forecast? Oh, Canada scored. Good for them. Canada after their shameful World Cup. Oh, well, they didn't really score. It was a Moroccan own goal. All right, Demonze, set us up for this, and then, because go ahead and set it up, and then I'll get into it.
All right, in a winner-go-home game, the U.S. men knocked Iran out of the World Cup.
By the way, I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Iran,
and it's only because some of the Iranian journalists and players have been upset that people have been mispronouncing it. So Iran, go ahead.
Iran.
Yep.
They play the Netherlands Saturday.
Yep.
After his injury, Christian Pulisic.
Oh, you nailed it.
May not play.
He's going to play. Go ahead.
Do you think that they can win and move on to the quarterfinal for the first time since 2002?
Yep.
And is the future of U.S. soccer brighter than ever regardless?
Okay, so I actually only want to spend a couple minutes on the U.S. part of this because the rest of the tournament has been so interesting. But let me say, so here's the Netherlands, all right? Much like the U.S., the Netherlands didn't qualify for the last World Cup. Unlike the U.S., the Netherlands in the two previous World Cups made a semi-appearance and a final appearance. So they finished second and then third or fourth in the 2010 and 2014 World Cups, but they didn't make it in 2018. So the guys you remember from the amazing 2014 team, not you remember, soccer fans, Van Persie and Robin, those guys are gone, okay? But they still have one of the best defenders in the entire world in Virgil van Dijk. He is going to tower over all of the United States attacking players. He's 6'4". He's one of the best defenders in the world. And the U.S. has basically thrown away all their corner kicks and set pieces. They don't have anyone to get a damn head on the ball. And with Virgil van Dijk back there, I don't like their chances and on those spots. Another thing about the Netherlands. They have not lost in almost 18 months. They are 13-0-5. 13 wins, 0 losses, 5 draws in their last 18 matches on the international level. Okay? So it is a very, very difficult spot. However, the United States played a team that most people believe is not far better, but better than the Netherlands and England, and held them scoreless. 0-0 draw. The U.S. has to capture its offensive attacking play from the first half against Iran and pair that for a full 90 minutes with the defense it exhibited against England, and then they have a real chance. And if they win, I believe it will be the best moment in the history of the United States, of U.S. soccer. 1930, the U.S. technically made the semifinals of the first World Cup ever, but that's nonsense. There was only 13 teams in it, and then when we got to the semis, they lost 6-1, okay? The next World Cup, 1934, they lost 7-1 in the knockout. They lost 7-1, finished dead last in the tournament. They then didn't make the World Cup forever. They have now qualified for 7 of the last 8. They have only once ever been past this round, the round of 16, the one they play. One time, it was in 2002. They beat Mexico in the round of 16, 2-0. They then lost in the quarterfinals. I think this would be the best moment in United States soccer history. The reason it would be potentially that the future's the brightest is we have the third youngest team in the entire tournament. So we have these guys to build on for 4 years from now when the World Cup is in the United States. And so, yes, it's bright. All of that is good. Now I want to talk about the tournament as a whole, which has kicked so much ass. Yesterday, just for an instance, Mexico's only path forward was to make up a 4-goal differential with Poland, and to score at least 3 goals. It was 2-0 Mexico, and Poland was losing 2-0 for like the last 20 minutes of both of those matches, with Mexico needing 1 more goal to advance. Poland would have gone home. Mexico got the goal, got called off due to an offsides, had a few other chances, weren't able to do it. Amazing drama. Right now, Belgium is playing Croatia. Belgium, one of the favorites for this whole tournament. If they don't win this game, they're done. They're going home, assuming that it is not quite that cut and dry, because if Morocco were to somehow lose to Canada, then Belgium could theoretically move on with a draw, but Morocco's not going to lose to Canada. So Belgium, one of the favorites for the tournament, now is about 45 minutes for their lives. We've already seen Denmark, not one of the favorites, but a team no one thought was going to go home after the group phase, go home because Australia moves on. So it's already been unbelievable drama. Argentina going from the brink, losing its first match, to not only qualifying for the round of 16, but winning its group. And I don't have to give you the full breakdown of the whole World Cup so far. As far as from drama and interest, to me, it's been as fun of any World Cup of my lifetime. Also, France looks like they might be on another level of everybody. Brazil, I have a large financial investment in Brazil winning this whole thing. And I'm saying this now on the pod. If Brazil wins the World Cup, I am taking all the money I will win on Brazil winning the World Cup and using it to go to Brazil after the Super Bowl. It will. I've never been there. I didn't want to go there when Bolsonaro was president because it seems so scary.
Where Mardi Gras is?
Well, Carnival, sure.
Mardi Gras is in New Orleans, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's the same. So, and yeah, I would be the time that I have off from work is right around the time of the end of Carnival in Brazil. I will go to it with the money I win on Brazil winning it. Might go either way. I also gave out a couple World Cup gambling picks. There was the 5-team qualifier parlay that was like 9-1. That one didn't hit because Mexico didn't get through. The other big bet I told you guys was Brazil and Argentina, both to win their groups. You get that at even money. Now, Brazil is not technically locked up its group, but with a draw in their match tomorrow, they would lock up their group, or even without the draw, as long as, what would they need to do? They would the only way they don't win their group is if they lose and Switzerland wins by multiple goals, which isn't going to happen. So the Brazil-Argentina bet's going to come through. So you're welcome for that, America. Now here's what I want to say real quick about non-soccer fans and soccer fans. Some folks find it annoying when non-soccer fans are like, why do you even talk about this? Nobody cares. You know what? I'm not annoyed by that. I can ignore that. That's fine. Here is the fan that I can't stand. The soccer fan gatekeeper. The hipster. I like soccer when it's not the World Cup. What do you know? You shouldn't talk about this. You don't know any. What do you know about a false nine? Go bleep yourself. Okay, first of all, the assumption that because folks in my business, some of us, are not regularly talking about something that we know nothing about it is ridiculous. That's first of all. There are a lot of things I know a lot about I don't talk about because the audience, I'm not doing the TV show for myself. I'm doing it for an audience. That's first of all. Second of all, stop being like the worst hipster music fans ever, which get mad when their band gets popular. Oh, I watched them when they were in a 70-person venue and the cover charge was a piece of popcorn, and now you like them because they're playing stadium. Yeah, people like cool, popular things. And the idea, but at least with like the hipster band fan, maybe they can take some real ownership of it. Guys, there's 8 billion people on the planet. More than 1 billion of them like soccer. You're not special. There's nothing unique. It's literally the most popular sport in the entire god dog world. So stop trying to patronize or talk down to people who maybe, now, am I going to act like that the Premier League schedule to me is the same as an NFL Sunday where I'm watching of course not. But I really, just like I love tennis. Am I watching the Indian Wells Open? I'm not. Do I do I care an immense amount about the Grand Slams? I do. Do I have a favorite La Liga team? No. But do I watch the Champions League? Do I have a favorite Premier League team? Yeah. And it's just so, some folks are supportive of it, and like, oh, Nick, it's so cool to see you talking soccer. And some folks, you just want to kick them in the shins.
The soccer security.
Yeah, like, if all of a sudden I tried, you know what I mean? I was big on Frisbee golf. And we were like, hey, man, this is like our cool little clique. Maybe I'd get it. It's called the world's game. It is the biggest sporting event in the world. It's the only sport played by tens of millions of people on every continent. Australia just made the group of six, the knockout round. Every continent's going to be represented except for Antarctica, which doesn't have people.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.